You guys do that too? Or is that just me? All right. Morning, guys. Does anyone have questions? I don't think I made a big deal out of this yesterday, but you desperately need to get that first assignment looked at so that you have questions to ask. I am going to cover a little bit about like fractions. I think I'm going to talk about fractions themselves for a little bit. And then we'll just get back into doing work out of the book. Does anyone out there have any questions or concerns or, oh, there was something else I wanted to show you, but let me know if you have any questions. Let me prep this. There we go. Okay, I can do this. Yay. All right, let me share this with you. I want to show you something that will be very helpful. I didn't realize that it is a little bit strange to even, so if you hit grades, you'll see this. And this is my little test student account. So for each of these things, you'll see something here. So this means bad things. So if I click on the assignment, this would just be what I uploaded. But if you hit view feedback, you'll actually see like any comments or any markings I made. Let me see, somebody's chatting at me. Oh, okay, no worries. Thank you. You guys with me? Because I did have a few students asking me, and then and then somebody pointed out to me that it's a little bit obscure. I thought it was kind of easy to see this. So I went in as a student and I tried to see it, and it was kind of weird. So let me do that again. If you hit grades, by the way, you might notice I'm not going to really do grades in Canvas. I am going to every now and again load in your current average so then you can see it, and I'll tell you when I'm doing that. But I don't really calculate homework average until the end of the semester, because when are homework corrections due? Does anyone know? If you have to correct homework, when is it due?
Before the test.
No. Good try. Anybody watch that?
Before the due date?
Nope. Homework is due by the due date in general, but when are the corrections due? If I grade it, I'm going to say you have to make corrections. When are those due?
The next day.
Nope.
Before the next homework assignment is due?
Nope. So here it is. They're due the day of the final exam. So you have a little bit of time. And the final is going to be cumulative. Yes, Melissa, I'm sorry. I just saw what you wrote in chat. The final is cumulative. It's going to go for the whole semester. So that's why I kind of make homework corrections due before the final, because if you do them later, it's still going to be practice to get ready for the final. Does that mean that you don't do them until the day before the, holy shit. Still do them, still turn them in whenever you get them done, but you have until the final, because I want you focused on doing new homework. And then secondary to that is correcting old homework. Are you guys with me? So let me show you this one more time. If you hit grades, you'll see this. If I have a graded thing and you click on it, it'll come up here. Don't click this, that's what you uploaded. Click the view feedback, because then you'll see the markings I made someday, depending on your internet. Oh, there you go. What happened? Now it's not there. I love you, internet. I love you so much. There. So, I mean, this is just, I just did this real quick just to test it. Are you guys with me? This isn't somebody's actual homework, thankfully. But I put this big old question mark. So any little marks I make, any notes I make on the work, that's how you see them. And that's how you know what to correct. And when you make the corrections, you just resubmit it. Like, right, see how it says resubmit assignment? You just resubmit. Oh, good. Thank you, Andrew. I really have never looked at Canvas on a phone, to be honest. I think I did once. Oh, well. So Andrew's saying that the Canvas app actually works pretty well. And I guess, is this a Canvas app necessarily on a phone, or the Canvas app you can download for desktop too? I don't know. Okay. So maybe it's a little bit easier on the phone. Okay. So maybe it's a little bit easier to navigate on the phone. Is everybody cool with that? Does everybody understand the idea there? Okay. Because I want you to be able to see what I'm writing on your work, because that's how we complete the loop of learning stuff, right? Okay. I like it. Let me stop this. Get out of here. So with all that said, does anyone have any specific questions on homework? Any general questions still bugging you about the class? Anything before we jump back in? Okay. And I'm going to say this a few times, especially in the early going. This class, I do have things I need to get through. We do have stuff we need to talk about, but I think I said this yesterday and maybe the day before. There is time built in by design to handle any questions that come up on the way. And especially in the beginning, I assigned that review homework that I did it because I wanted it to generate some questions so that we can discuss them, right? And that is stuff that is sort of like the math you're supposed to know coming in, but hear me out. We don't have a level of math below 90 like we used to, and I'm trying to bring it back. So it's a little bit unfair in my mind to say that you're supposed to know it when this is kind of the lowest level you can take at gross one. But that's why I start there, just to kind of get the cogs rolling, to get some questions about general stuff. I do want to talk a little bit about fractions because I have too many people that have forgotten about like denominators, possibly. Okay, so I'm not seeing any specific questions or anything. All right, so let's do this. I want to talk about fractions for a little bit. Let me see if I can get this to work. Always the most exciting part. All right. How's that look? Looks all right, I guess. Bum, 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 bum. Ha ha. Okay. Oh, that's weird. Let me do this. Ow. Oh, there I am. Okay. So, now, believe it or not, what I'm about to do is related to the stuff I want to talk about fractions. Some of you guys might not believe me, and I'm used to that. That's okay. So watch this. Somehow this relates to what I'm going to talk about with fractions. So what's the idea with simplifying this? Does anybody know what's the phrase for the idea for simplifying this?
Combine like terms.
Like terms. Kick ass. So of course, which terms are you able to combine?
4x and
4x,
2x.
2x.
Yes. I got 4 x's. I got 5 y's. Oh, I got 2 more freaking x's. So why would I just say what?
6x.
Yeah, 6x. I like it. So it's like if I had 4 chairs and I had 5 tables and I had 2 chairs, just say 6 chairs and 5 tables, right? That's all like terms is consolidating like ideas. I'm sorry, I keep cutting somebody off. Is somebody trying to say something? No, okay, all right. Now, what the shit does this have to do with fractions, right? Is anybody thinking that right now? You're all like, dude, what have you done this morning? Did you have your coffee this morning, Jeff? Hell yeah. So here's what that has to do with fractions. What if I had 4/5 plus 1/3 plus 2/5? What could I just put together without doing much work?
4/5 and 2/5.
Because that's just like 4x plus 2x. like denominators is the idea of like terms. I don't know if anybody's ever said that to you like that, but that's what it is. But if it's not variables, I could actually do something here, right? So the very first thing I could do is easy. I could just say 4/5 plus 2/5 is 6/5. But because these aren't unknowns, these are actual numbers, maybe I could do something to make these like. I can't, now please, dear God, nobody tell me this is 7/8, right? What did somebody do to get that?
They added the denominator and the numerator.
And I'm saying, how did you get 7/8? I don't see any eighths. How did you get 7 of them? Do you understand what I'm saying? And again, as always, I know that some of you guys are fantastic with fractions. Just hang out, just appreciate the moments when I'm talking about stuff that make complete sense. I'm talking to the people that this doesn't make complete sense for, and I'm hoping this makes sense. So of course, how do I make these have the same denominator?
Don't you find the common denominator between 5 and 3?
Beautiful. So this one's kind of nice because what's he missing that he's got? That's another way to look at it, by the way. What's he missing that he's got? A 3. What's he missing that he's got? A 5. Now they both got the same. So of course here I get that's right. Thanks. And there I get 5/15. 23/15. Become a 15. Thank you. You guys with me a little bit? Is that all right? No, again, some of you guys are like, I was with you before you start talking, whatever, but it seems like some of us have kind of forgotten this, and we don't work with fractions a lot, depending on what we do for as work. But that doesn't mean it's good to know. It's not good to know them. So let me do a different one. Has everybody got what they want from this before I erase it? All right. Let me see. Go it. Okay, I will go it. So watch this. Watch this beautiful, evil thing here. What do you got, Jeff? Let's do, no. Yeah, let's do, yeah, sure. Oh, that's so yummy. Oh, that was creepy. Sorry. Oh, that's so yummy. Whatever. Trying to increase the creep factor. I do it really well. Isn't that just fantastic? Now, watch. I'm going to give you a method because does anyone have a method they would use to do this? And nobody tell me, yeah, I would just plug it in this thing we invented called a calculator. Be quiet. What would you do to start this off? What do I have to do? No matter how hard it is, what do I have to make happen?
Find the common denominator between 42 and 15.
Good. Is that going to be an easy process? 42 and 15 are definitely harder than 3 and 5. You with me? Now watch this. Watch this. Stay with me. Stay with me. Oh, by the way, all right. I'm going to turn my AC on because it's already hot as shit in here. All right. Hopefully is that all right? A little side note, and you have to apologize. In the early going, there are going to be many side notes as we do problems. Just deal with it. I'm going to tell you something that might be old news for some of you guys, but I feel like most of you guys will never have heard this kind of thing. Do you know, so we're going to come back to this problem in a minute. Do you know how to tell, you should know how to tell if division by 2 is possible. How do you tell if a number is divisible by 2? Like, is 11 divisible by 2 evenly? No, why not? Because 11 is not
An even number.
Even number, right? So that's easy. Everybody knows that rule. Do you know there's a rule for 3? There's a rule to tell if something's divisible by 3. Does anyone know it?
The digits add up to something divisible by 3?
Kick ass. Fewer and fewer people are being told this fact. And if this is the first time you're hearing it, and I'll say it again, if this is the first time you're hearing what I'm about to say, you do have a right to be a little angry at your previous math teacher. So if I take any number and I add up all the digits in the number, if they add up to a multiple of 3, the whole thing is divisible by 3. So I'll show you an example. So an example of that, I have the number, oh boy, here we go, Jeff, 1, 4, why are you doing 9? I don't know, Jeff. 1, 4, 9, 1, sure. We'll start there. A year before Christopher Columbus did his thing and, you know, wrecked the lives of so many people, but let's not get into history. What do you get when you add up all those numbers?
When you add them up.
Yep, 1 plus 4 plus 9 plus 1.
15.
15.
15. Is that a multiple of 3?
Yes.
Yes. So 3 will go into 1491. Anyone want to divide real quick? You got it. I'll let you use a calculator. What is 1491 divided by 3?
$497.
Yep, 497. I like it. Kick ass. Is anyone else? Sorry, do it again.
Sorry, could you please explain what you just did again?
Yes. So any number I see, if I want to know if it's divisible by 3, I just add up the digits. If I get a number that's divisible by 3, the whole thing is divisible by 3.
Oh,
That's just a neat rule of how 3 works.
wow.
I know. Now, some of
never-
you guys might have heard this and forgotten it, but does anyone think they've never been told this before?
I've never been told that, but yeah.
Don't you think that's useful? Even if, since we invented calculators, I don't care. I still wish somebody would have told me, right?
Yeah.
I actually can't remember when I was told this. I don't think I was told this the first time around. Okay, so let me show you a couple more, and then maybe I'll tease. We'll do some other ones later. Is there a rule for 4? Yes. It's not like this one, though. Don't get excited. Each one has a slightly different rule to it just because of the way numbers work. So how do I tell if something's divisible by 4? Does anyone know? And you're like, yeah, I just do it in the calculator, and if it comes out nice. No, stop. It's if the last 2 numbers are divisible by 4, the whole damn thing is divisible by 4. So for example, so look at the last 2 numbers. Watch. So if I have the number 111149728888614 Holy shit. It's a beautiful number. I think that might be our national debt. I don't know. What are the last 2 digits?
40.
So the whole thing's divisible by 4. If you don't believe me, do it. The reason this is true is because 4 goes into 100. So therefore, 4 goes into 108. 100 and anything divisible by 4. So therefore, 4 goes into 200 and whatever. So that's why it only depends on the last 2 digits. Has anyone ever been told that?
No.
Is it useful? Not like every day, but is it a useful thing to know?
Yeah.
Humans invented numbers. We should be like, tell me how numbers work. I'm a human, and we made them. So why shouldn't I know how numbers work? Okay, I'm sorry. Some of you guys are like, this guy needs to calm down. But this is so exciting to me because, and also I'm pissed off a little bit too that they just don't teach these things anymore because things have migrated to the calculator so much. And you guys should be upset if you honestly think you've never been told this kind of stuff. All right, and everybody should know the rule for 5, though. How do you tell if something's divisible by 5?
It has a 5 in it. I know that.
5 at the end,
And
or
then 0 or 5.
Or
a
0.
0 or a 5. Kick ass. All right, and maybe I'll do the rest. Does anyone want to know the rest right now? Or you guys are like over it for, maybe I'll tease that for later. Let's get back to this problem.
All right.
So now watch this. Here's my whole purpose for saying all that, to be honest. Well, I want to say that at some point, and this seemed to be a nice place. What's 4 plus 2?
6.
And what's 1 plus 5?
6.
So they're both multiples of 3, so 3 goes into both. Are you with me? So
Right.
the way to do any gross fractions that you have to combine, here's how you do them by hand. Rewrite the bottoms as the biggest number that goes into both times whatever. And what's 42? 3 times what?
14.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
So all I did was, I know now what they both have. They both have a 3. Right? Anybody have kids? Let me just say this. Can you imagine giving them both a bowl of ice cream? Now, if you have more than one kid, so you give them all a bowl of ice cream, but this kid got less sprinkles than this kid. What's going to happen? Right? So,
Yeah.
So they both have a bowl of ice cream, but this kid has more sprinkles than this kid. Oh, shit. Right? So you got to balance that out somehow. And the reason why it's better that I don't have kids is I just eat all the ice cream and say, there you go, problem solved. Go to bed. So it's probably better. I don't have kids. So what is this guy missing on the bottom that that guy has? What is this guy missing on the bottom that that guy has?
5.
A 5. So you give it to him. I love this idea. The idea is so simple. You give it what it's missing, both of them, and then of course they both become the same number. That's the whole point, right? So what's he missing?
14.
14. So now on the bottom, I'm going to have, what is it, Jeff? 210? Right? 210? And on the top here, I got 55. And over there, I got, I can't even do math. Let's see, 98. I think it's 98, right? Yeah. Let me stop for a minute. Are you guys, has anybody ever been shown this way of doing
No.
crap? A few of you guys?
No, I learned the long way. I believe you multiply them both.
No, in this case, oh, I see what you mean.
You see what I mean?
The
They come up with
LCD,
the large common denominator.
yeah, exactly. It's going to be way too big.
Yeah.
The LCD is only ever multiplying both together if they don't share anything. These already shared a 3.
A 3, yeah.
So you don't do 42 times 15 because they already have something in common. All right. And now, of course, I can just combine these, right? What do I get? I don't even know. 153 over 210. All right, now, oh, I wish I could claim credit for this, but I didn't think this far ahead, but this kicks ass. Can you reduce this? Look
Let
at
me
that
see.
153. That looks ugly, but oh, I just lost somebody.
Let's see if it goes into 3. Do we add those up?
Yeah, what's 1 plus 5 plus 3?
1 plus 5 plus 3 is 9.
And that's a multiple of 3. And what's 2 plus 1 plus 0?
3.
So 3 goes into both.
Yeah.
So this will be 3 goes into 15, 5. 3 goes into 3 once. 3 goes into 21, 7. And there's a 0.
Now, that's another thing you just did I never done.
What's that?
How you went into your 3 went into the 15, you didn't go into the entire number.
Because isn't that how we do it? How would you do this? 3 into 15.
Yeah, the same
all I
way.
did.
Yeah.
That's all I did. I just didn't write it because I didn't need to, because I know it's going to go in evenly, so I don't have to be as careful.
Yeah.
I like it. So I really just did the same thing you do here. All right, let me stop for a minute. Are you guys, I'm not saying you have to do it this way. If you have another way that you really like, you can certainly keep doing it that way, unless it's all on the calculator, and that, because I don't like that. But if you have another way to do this by hand that works for you, don't do this way. But as far as I'm concerned, I believe this is the easiest way to do it by hand.
Can we go through one of those again? That was pretty
One more.
good.
One more. Has everybody got this one? I'm going to... Sorry.
Yeah.
Hopefully you got that. This is being recorded, by the way, so in case I erase something too early. Let me see what I can do here. This is blocking my AC, and I need my AC.
Is it recorded where we can go back and watch?
Yeah, everybody knows how to that I put these up on YouTube, right?
Oh,
Thank
YouTube. Okay.
On the YouTubes, on the internets. All right.
Oh, so that's how how do you go back and watch it? Repeat that.
Oh, all right. Let me show you real quick. Let me see. Okay. I should make, if I remember, I'll make a specific link for this. But if you go to the syllabus, you guys see my canvas, right? If you go to the syllabus, way down here in miscellaneous good to know stuff, here's a link to the YouTube on the internets. Oh, sorry, I can't. And then there's all my videos. How many videos do I have? It doesn't even say. I got like 4,000 something. I started doing this in 2011, I think. So you can watch how this job has aged me over the years. Okay. Oh, I just lost somebody else. Damn. I don't know what I'm doing. This looks really weird. I look really, okay, anyway.
So you say you go to syllabus?
Yeah, so you go to syllabus and you scroll down to miscellaneous good to know stuff, and there's a link to the YouTubes. If I remember this, if somebody will email me, I can make a more direct link to it, maybe here in the side. That'll make it easier to find. Or just subscribe to my channel. I'm not making money on YouTube, you with me? So I'm not saying subscribe so I get some money, because I ain't gonna make people watch a commercial before they watch my exciting math. That would be really insane. But still, subscribe just so you can see when I upload a new thing. Be really careful when you go. I teach other classes, so make sure you're looking only at the 96 stuff. All right. Shabam. Let's try another one. Let's see. What are you gonna do, buddy?
Oh, that's pretty cool. That's almost like a tutoring type thing. You watch it over and over.
Exactly. Let's see. Can you do it, Jeff? Sure.
You'll be able to cross count on that, huh?
No, I don't want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, let's do this. Oh shit! Make that a
You didn't want to cross counsel, huh? Okay.
Be careful now. All right, I appreciate that you just said that. When I'm adding, real quick,
You flip
what's
it up.
the difference between this kind of problem and a problem like this? What do you got, Jeff? What can you do first here on this problem? What can you do first to make this a lot easier to work with?
Flip.
You would only flip if there was a what?
Higher number on the top.
No.
Oh.
Division.
Division. And in fact, does anyone want me to show you why you flip when you divide?
Yes.
All right, we'll do that next.
Please.
On the division, you flip
It's
it.
a really simple explanation, and I don't understand why more people don't explain it. What can I do here, though, and why? Can I reduce these?
Yes.
Why?
To make the problem, because they common denominator.
No.
7
I
goes
need a common denominator here. No. I'm not combining fractions. If I add, subtract, I need like terms.
like terms. That's the
If I multiply or divide, I do not need like terms. Right? Can you do x plus y?
No.
Can you do x plus x squared? No. But can you do x times x squared? Yes. You don't need exact like terms to multiply or divide, but you do when you add, subtract. So dear God, don't make LCD when you're multiplying. You're making all the numbers bigger when you should be trying to make them smaller, right? So here I can reduce because multiplication is the opposite of division. Here I could not reduce because addition can't cancel division. That's it. So anytime you're canceling something, you better make sure the operations are opposite. That's the only time something can cancel. Does that make sense?
No, can you explain that a little further?
So the reason I can kill a 7 between these two is because the operations are opposite. Multiplication does cancel division. Here, if something could reduce, I couldn't because addition does not cancel division. That's it. That's it. So you can never reduce across like that in an addition subtraction because the operations aren't the opposite. And then I could do what? Like I could do 2 into 50, and then nothing else reduces, right? So then I would get 4 over 25. Cool. So I'm glad that came up just to show you the difference. But up here, this is a problem like the one we just did. Let me remind myself too that I got to show you why this is true. All right, don't worry about it. It's just I'm going to show you how to do the reciprocal, why that's true. What's the first step here? What was the first step we did on the last problem?
Find the common denominator. You said, right?
All right, good. I know I got to find a common denominator.
All right.
But in going in that direction, what do I do? What number goes into both of these?
7.
7.
Uh-huh.
So rewrite this as 7 times 10. Oh, Jeff. Rewrite this as 7 times 4 because now I can see what they have and what they're missing. Now, to be honest, do you guys notice? Let me see if you guys can see this. There's a bigger number that goes into both. I can see it right now. It's okay if you don't see it, but do you see how there's a factor of 2 and a factor of 2? Do you see that? 2 goes into 10, 2 goes into 4. So I could do 7 times 2 times 5 and 7 times 2 times 2. Now I see they actually have more in common. Do you have to do this step? No, you can give this guy a 4, you can give this guy a 10. The numbers are going to be a little bit bigger than they really have to be, but it doesn't, who cares? You're going to reduce at the end. But if I go one more step, then this guy, what does this guy need now? What is he missing that this guy's got?
5.
A 5. Kick ass. So just give it to him. Now, what is this guy missing that he's got?
Another 2.
Another 2.
2, yeah. 7.
Does that, you guys with me? That idea is so beautiful. You want to make the bottoms the same. What's the simplest way to do that? See what they already share and give them what they're each missing relative to the other one. I mean, that's like real life. It's not even math anymore, right? So now let's see what we end up with here. Here I get 6 over 14 times 10 is 140. Plus 5 over same thing is 11. And that, of course, 11's prime ain't going nowhere. 11 doesn't go to 140, so no go. Kicking the ass in. All right. All right. Now let me show you why, when I'm dividing fractions, why we flip. And I don't mean flip out, I just mean flip. Is there a category of jokes like dad jokes, and then there's teacher jokes? I think. So mostly those are for me. Has everybody got this? Anybody still copying this down? All right. Okay. So now watch. What's the, before I get into this, I want you to tell me right now, what is the best number to have on the bottom of something? Like, is 7/4, is a 4 a great number to have on the bottom? What's the best number to have on the bottom? I don't know if you guys get what I'm saying.
2,
No.
0.
No, 0 is really bad. It's all freaky. 1, right?
Oh.
If there's a 1 on the bottom, does it even have to show up? No.
Yes.
Something divided by 1 is that thing. So I don't even need that shit. So just keep that in mind. So now watch. What if I had 4/5 divided by 16 25ths, right? Yummy. I feel like I'm some weird TV show. Right over here, I see a wild fraction problem.
Flip it.
Yeah, but why? I'm going to show you why. I'm going to show you why that works. It's not just something you memorize. It actually has to make sense.
Because of the 5th and the 25. Okay, go.
No. Here we go. So I appreciate that a lot of you guys know that you're supposed to flip it. I want to show you why you do it, not just because people said you do. We didn't just go, let's flip it. No, it's got to make sense. So what I'm about to do is exceptionally weird. You would never do the problem the way I'm about to do it. The reason I'm doing it this way is to show you why it works. Does everybody understand? I'm going to say that again in a minute because I always get somebody go, why are you making this so hard, Jeff? I'm trying to explain to you why you flip it. All right. Watch. You will immediately agree with me that you would never do this. But couldn't I write this as 4/5 divided by 16 25ths? Oh, see, I love it. I see some reactions already. You would never do this, but isn't that a way to rewrite division? Yes. It's a fraction divided by a fraction. Now watch. What did we say? What did we say is the best number to have on the bottom?
1.
1. What do I multiply this by to make it become 1? What do I multiply anything by to make it become 1? It's
Reciprocal.
1.
because what do I get if I multiply this by 25/16? Doesn't everything cancel? Okay, I did that to the bottom, so I better do what?
Same thing to the top, I
Same
guess.
thing to the top.
It's
This is
canceling.
1. So doesn't that become this? You multiply by the reciprocal, right?
Right.
That is why. That is the reason we do that. Please never do the problem like this. You can just do the shortcut. You can just go, all right, this is 4/5 times 25/16. We know that. It's a shortcut. It's a shortcut to this, which I really doubt anyone's ever seen. Is that all right? If you are coming in this class like, please don't explain shit to me, just tell me how to do stuff, you're going to hate me a lot. You're going to despise me, and I welcome it. What can I do there now?
Divide the 16 and the 20. What is that? The bottom into the top?
See, but they don't go even, do they?
You can
No.
cancel.
But what can I reduce?
Add them.
No, I'm multiplying.
No, multiply.
So what can't I reduce right here?
Yes, it's
Yes.
And then here?
5.
5.
And then 1 times 5, 1 times 4, 5/4. Man.
5/4, yeah.
Yep. So when you're doing fractions in the homework, do not bust out a calculator and give me a bunch of decimals. Some of you guys have learned that now that I just crossed through that shit. The whole point of this is to get used to working with fractions.
Professor Jeff,
Yes.
couldn't we have just flipped the last two and cross-canceled and came out with the same thing?
Yes. And that was the point. This work here is, like I said, you would never do it. So why did I do it here? To show you why that works.
Right works, yeah.
Yeah, that's the most important thing. And I think not as many people teach that way. They just say, okay, do this. Okay. You should be upset if your teacher can't tell you why something works the way it does. That's their job. All right, so do the same with me. If you ask me something and I'm like, well, that's just the way it works, you go, hold on, dude. What's that shit? All right. Okay. So just to make sure you guys are all with me, if I gave you a problem like this, right? What are we going to do?
First,
Flip the 9 of 16.
Yes. So I'm going to do 3/8 times 16/9 because it was division. And then I could just do that, right? Same thing we did up there. Right?
yeah, I see that now. And then once you flip, you times, yeah.
That's right. So that's another reason why, remember what I said earlier, that there is no division? Division is multiplication by the reciprocal, so there is no division. It's just a convenient symbol to create for this process. That's really all division is. Same thing with subtraction. And I'm really sorry if that blows your mind a little too much, but
I have a question.
Yes.
Sorry. I'm sure everyone knows this, but I'm confused. The 16, you crossed it out and made it a 2?
Why?
Yes, why?
Because right here.
8 goes into
Oh,
16.
So I'm just,
okay, thank
you
you.
always look up and down to see if anything reduces, because up and down is multiply, divide, so that's why they would cancel.
Okay, thank you.
You can never cancel a course straight across because that's just straight up multiply. How would they cancel it? Yeah. I like it.
I have a question. What if you have like really sloppy fraction, or I mean, that don't go into each other? Is that possible when you're doing?
Oh, sure, of course. Hell yeah. So, in which case, it's almost a good thing then, in a sense, because so if I had, and watch, let me see if I can't accidentally not do something. Let's see. Sure, just stick with there. Yeah. Oh, good. No, that'll work. That'll work. All right, I love it. Sorry. So, Gordon, when you flip this around, 11 over 21 times 13 over 7, does anything reduce? Can I do 7 into 21?
Yeah. Yes.
No.
I mean, 7
You
into
can only
20.
cancel up and down because that's division and multiplication. This is just multiplication. They won't cancel. They have to multiply. So does anything on the top cancel with anything on the bottom?
No.
Nope. So then what do? You just multiply it, right? What's that going to be? 143 over 147? That's neat.
Wow. Then you divide that into.
And then that's it. That's the answer. That's final.
Yeah, because that won't cancel. That won't reduce. Let me see if you guys understand this. How far apart are those numbers?
4.
So the only things that could possibly go into both is 4 or a factor of 4. What?
Mean by a factor? What do you mean by that?
Well,
4.
what's a factor of 4?
Factor?
2. 2 is a factor of 4, right?
Mhm.
So real quick, for example, what do you got, Jeff? I don't know, dude. How far apart are those numbers?
6.
6. So the only things that could possibly go into both are 6 or 3 or 2. So the difference or factors of the difference. Is this something you have to memorize? No. Is this something you ever have to actually understand or know or use? No. It's just an interesting side note. That's all it is. But it is a useful side note.
Well, That will let us know that it doesn't reduce anymore, right?
Exactly. So this, I'm not going to waste time on this one because neither one is even. So there's no way 4 or 2 goes in. But what goes into both of these, of course?
2.
2, which is a factor of 6. It become a 13. Anyway, so that one is not as immediately important, but it's still a useful thing to realize. And again, it's just the way that our numbers work. Okay, I like it. I like it. I think the hardest part of this class for you guys are going to be, well, which parts do I actually have to know and use? So I will try to make it clear, like I just did, that what we just covered is not something I'm going to test you on directly. It's just an interesting thing to know to work with fractions as they come. You can work with fractions in other ways. You don't have to use what I just said. Okay. It's warm in here.
Right.
Let's keep going.
A lot more familiar to me than algebra.
What's up?
It's a lot more familiar to me than algebra.
All right, I got you. So, let me see. Coming back, let's come back to the book real quick. Rawr. Let me share this book with you. Where do I have it? There it is. O'Reilly. Okay. So you guys should see the book now, right? Woo-ha! So one thing I want to say real quick before I forget. So here's section 1.1. These problems, let me ask you this right now. Let me stop sharing so this is easier for me to keep track of. Everybody remembers we talked about the yes, no buttons, right? Don't click them right now. Just, if you don't know where they are, if you click on participants at the bottom, and might as well click on chat also, you'll see yes, no, go slower, go faster, stuff like that. Okay. And by the way, before I forget again, I will do breakout rooms sometimes. So if you have to like go to the bathroom or take some kind of a break, you might want to say it in chat real quick. So that when I do breakout rooms, I'm like, that person's not really here. I'll go, oh yeah, they just stepped away for a minute. Does that make sense? You got to let me know. Okay. So can you say, all right, here's the question. I forgot the question. Oh, do you have the textbook in some form right now?
Yes.
Can you indicate it on, I can't see everybody, so don't shake your head at me. Don't do it in the chat. Do you guys see the yes and the no buttons up there?
No, I don't.
If you hit participants at the bottom, you're on a phone, so I'm not really sure. Does
No,
anybody have
I
a
don't.
phone?
I don't. Oh, yes. Okay.
Oh, there you are. I see you now.
Okay.
And some people just don't want to answer me. All right, whatever. Carrie, Joel, Mateo, Lauren, Yvette, I'm calling you out. Are you actually there, or have you logged in and went back to bed? Sam, or Sam's phone. I guess Sam's phone is taking the class. Okay, all right, so let's see. 7 of you guys don't, but 22 do. Okay. Those of you that have the book, were you able to find it for a decent price? Because I tried to give you links earlier this summer about where to go to get it for less, because I think it's cost like $100 and something stupid bucks. But you can get it, yeah, on Kindle. You can get it on Kindle. That's what I have it on the computer. I also have a hard copy because I'm the teacher, so I should have that too. Ebook version, yeah, there's ways to get this sucker for cheaper. So if you are currently not sure how to get the book, yeah, sure, whatever you want to get, do it. Spend whatever money you can to get whatever you want. But I'm trying to make sure that people know there's cheaper ways to get this. Because like I said, I'm trying to get all my classes to have zero cost textbooks, and I just couldn't find a good one for this one. Oh, I'm sorry, Ashira. That's weird. Both schools are sold out? Damn. Yeah, you can rent it for cheap. Oh yeah, I got you. Don't worry, I can uncheck. Bam. See, I got power. $40 to rent on Amazon. Yeah, exactly. I love it. Okay. Because what's going to start happening, I think that's a decent number of people with books. You might have noticed when you're looking in the book, those of you with the book, sorry, that there are problems that happen in the chapter before you get to the homework. And that is really meant to be group work. Group work is exciting in an online class, especially when very few people have the work, right? But I think probably soon I can start doing breakout rooms and letting people work in groups on these problems, and then you come back and we discuss the answers. That's really the way this class is going to work best, but it can't work at all if not enough people have the book, right? Because at least if you don't have the book, you can at least, somebody can share their screen or somebody can tell you what it says. Okay. So let me come back to the book real quick. Where'd you go? There you are. Bam. So this is a Kindle app on my laptop, and then I just bought the Kindle version of the book. And these are the problems that would normally be group work, for example. I'm not going to necessarily worry about this first section because the first section is not supposed to be really intense. There might be a few things that we're not used to. And I know one thing we're not used to doing is actually creating a pie chart. They break it down to degrees, and I told you in class you could just kind of eyeball it. So you don't have to worry about, is this even the homework yet? No. You don't have to worry about breaking it down to degrees. So here's the homework. Come on, you can do it. Come on, Jeff. There we go. So when you do this, they give you these degrees, but you don't have to, unless you want to. But you can just kind of eyeball it. But please, I'm getting somebody doing like over half of the picture, and that's 26%. That doesn't make sense. That would be over 50%, right?
Yeah.
So you gotta be careful. I'm not calling anybody out because I had more than one person do that. I'm sorry, you can't see the screen? Shit. Yvette, are you on like a phone or something? Can everybody see the book?
Yes.
Okay.
So we gotta tap it.
I'm really
Yes,
sorry.
got it.
Not sure what to do for you. Okay. So this is the first homework assignment. So you've desperately got to get in this sucker and try it out. I think I said this already. And again, this is more than one person, so I'm not calling somebody out. But apparently there is the instructor solutions manual out there. If you find it, it's sort of like finding your Christmas presents early when you were a kid. Has anyone ever done that? I remember the year I did that, and at first we're like, oh, cool. We started playing with some of them, and then Christmas Day came, and we're like, all right, no, I'm going to get that sucks. So finding a solution manual is sort of like that. You're like, oh, cool, and then the test comes, and you don't know shit because you didn't actually do any work. So be careful. You can check your work, that's fine, but don't just copy that stuff because you ain't going to get nothing from it. All right, I like it. What else did I want to show you? I think that's good. Okay. Let's see what time we got. Not too bad. I don't want to go too far. Let's see what I want to do. Oh, this is perfect. This is the main thing. Somebody was asking me about, do you guys notice on the homework there's like page 13 and then page 19? So I always do this prep assignment. So somebody was asking me, what the hell do I do with this? But the problems are always going to be at the end. So there's 1 through 4 that I assigned from page 19. Scheisse. There. So when you turn in section 1.1 homework, make sure that these 4 problems are also on there. It's one assignment. Are you guys, is everybody with me?
Can you go back over that again, Professor Jeff?
Certainly, student Allen. When you do 1.1 homework, this is the main homework here, right? 1 through 10.
And that's page.
That's page 13, I think, right? Or is it 15? I already forgot. Dad, damn it.
15, no.
Looking at this book. All right, here we go. It starts on page 15. Okay, I like it. So page 15 is the first part of the homework. And then page, get in there. 19 is the second part of the homework. So section 1.1 homework is not complete until you finish page 19 also.
Right.
Everybody with me? Okay. All right.
I have a question.
Yes.
For page 32, it shows like the perimeter, and I kind of actually forgot how to solve the perimeter of like a square and a triangle. It looks kind of
Here's the
confusing.
beautiful thing. I'm glad you're bringing this up. We haven't talked about section 1.2 yet, but a few people are trying it. The most important thing to realize about these problems, well, first thing is, how do I find the perimeter of any shape? What is the perimeter of the shape?
Add the length of the sides.
I add up all the side lengths. That's it, right? You should know 0 perimeter formulas in a good world. Now some of you guys know 2L plus 2W for a rectangle, possibly. You don't even need to know that shit. It's just add up all the sides. Now, is that all right?
Yes, that's the
Area
perimeter.
formulas get freaky as hell, and you got to know them. Perimeter formulas, none should exist because it's just add up all the sides. I don't even care what the shape is. Just add up all the sides. I like it. Now, of course, the circle's perimeter is a little bit, we call it circumference and all that kind of stuff. All right. But normally for a nice straight edge shape, I just add up all the sides. What is wrong with just doing 5 plus 10 plus 5 plus 10 on this first problem?
They're different units.
They're
Side.
different units.
Wait.
All right, so a
5
few people that I've graded, let me see if I can't zoom in a little tiny bit here. Does that work? Yay! They just did 2 5s and 2 10s. But some of them are yards and some of them are feet. Oh, Ashira. Okay, let me do this. If somebody will remind me, can somebody send me an email right now and say, Jeff, don't forget to post
In the yard.
1.1 and 1.2 scanned pages. Just in case you don't have access to the book yet, I can put that up on the canvas if somebody reminds me. You guys with me? Ashira, that'll help you out, right?
40, 50 feet.
Hold on, Lionel, you're getting ahead of me.
Okay.
Is everybody all right with that? Somebody send me an email. Okay, thank you. So looking at number 6, how many feet are in a yard?
3.
Good. So would you rather convert all the yards to feet or all the feet to yards?
All the yards to feet.
Hell yeah, because then it's multiplication, yeah? So change the 5 yard sides, multiply by 3 like Linnell said, make them feet, and then add the bad boy up. And you'll notice that's true for number 7. See how that one side's inches? Feet. You'll notice it's true for number 8. There's inches and there's feet. So they're being a little bit tricky. I will give you that. But before you start adding things up, they have to be. In fact, do you see how this is another like terms? Like units is the same idea as like terms. They have to have like terms before you can add them or subtract them. Is that all right? So in case you haven't started 1.2 yet, that is a big thing to notice that they kind of snuck in there. Make sure the units are the same. How many inches in a foot?
12.
12. How many pints in a gallon?
I
I don't know. You guys, real quick. Do you guys know? I'm sorry if I cut you off. If you actually know, I don't have a freaking clue. Do you know that we're the only country on the face of the earth to not use metric? It used to be 3 of us, but the other 2 countries, one voted a while back, and I think the other one is actually converting right now. We're the last country on the face of the planet that doesn't use a system based on 10 because our number systems. I'm sorry. I might have strong feelings about that. And do you guys realize there's a Mars, I think it was the Mars Climate Observer or something, a spacecraft we sent up, it smashed into Mars because one team was using American units and the other team was using, like smart units.
I remember that.
You remember that?
That was embarrassing.
It smashed into Mars. We're like, okay, we're almost, what the hell just happened? Well, I used feet, sir. Get the hell out of here. Sorry. I'm sorry. Some of you guys have tuned me out, or I know. I think
No, it's a big issue. I agree.
Yes.
I agree completely.
Yes. Metric is the universal language except for,
So much
America.
easier.
We're exceptional in so many ways. All right. So I'm going to say officially the class is over for today. Let us out just a little bit early. Yeah, sure. Like 15 minutes. Don't get used to it. I'll let us out a little early because we went over a decent amount of stuff already today. So on one hand, appreciate that we have time. On the other hand, don't freak out that we haven't even gotten to section 1-2 yet. That is by design. We're fine. If you want to get a little ahead in homework, do it. If you need to make corrections, maybe wait for me to lecture over it before you start to do corrections. Because you only get one shot at corrections. All right, so anybody else need to stick around with any questions?
Yeah, I have a question about my ebook. It's from Kindle.
I'm sorry?
I have the ebook that I'm using in Kindle.
Oh, in Kindle. Okay, I'm with you.
Yeah. And I see like the pages you show, some of them are not the same as the pages I have here. I don't know if you can see with like 19, it's different to me. It's different problems.
So page 19?
Yes. You see, yeah, I don't have that. And I have it, but I don't have the numbers that it shows. I have just the word.
You don't have the page number?
I have it. I'm saying that I have like, let's say adding a negative is the same as subtracting.
Okay.
I don't have the numbers, like the problems.
Oh.
Yeah.
That could be like the app.
Because I'm using the phone or what?
Sorry, say it again.
Because I'm using my phone to see it?
It might be. I didn't look at this. I could try to look at it on my phone. I've got my phone recording right now, but I haven't tried to look at this on my phone yet. I don't know if it gets cut off or something, which would be really unfortunate. But I mean, can you see all the homework problems or is some of them cut off?
Yeah, some of them. Like, let's say go to page, like the problems on 22. It's like saying like total of calories of, the packages. Yeah, these. I can see these. I'm fine, but these I'm fine with. The one that you're showing me now.
But do this for me. Go to page 13.
13.
I'm sorry, go to 15. Sorry, page 15.
15, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and 15 too, it's not like that. It doesn't show me all these stuff. Like now you are just showing me, it's jumping like all the way to the charts, what they are, like the twice.
Gotcha. So one thing you can try is to install the Kindle app on your, is it your laptop you're using right now?
Yes, yeah.
You try installing the Kindle app there because this might be a formatting issue on the phone, which Kindle is normally good about. So that's kind of weird.
Yeah.
I install the app on your laptop because then when you log into Kindle on your laptop, you'll be able to access the book there instead.
Yes.
And that's basically what I'm doing.
Yeah, I will do that.
And hopefully that'll take care of it. If not, then it's to be a transfer issue when they uploaded the file to you, it didn't go through right or something. I don't know.
Sure. I will try and see. Maybe gonna be like not like that. Actually, I will put it on my laptop. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me know.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Anybody else with questions?
Yeah. So that's tomorrow. Oh, that's tomorrow at 11, huh?
Oh yeah, shoot.
Did you send the link you said?
I sent it to you. I was actually gonna maybe open it up to everybody. It's like another extra session, right? So I'm gonna email that out to everybody, or maybe I'll put it in Canvas. So Linnell and I set up a time tomorrow at 11 for like a little extra help. But I was gonna send out the link to everybody in case you can join at 11. And make it sort of like another office hour this week. Hopefully next week, all of my committees that I'm on will have their meeting scheduled down, and then I can actually make something official for extra office hours. So look for that in your email. I got to remember now. Shoot.
That helps. Also, the YouTube helps. So I can go back over a few of those and
Yes.
do that. Okay, thanks a lot.
And you can slow me down. You can stop me. You can rewind me.
Yeah. All right. Thanks a lot.
All right. See you, man. Anybody else with questions or anything? Or are you guys actually here?
The practice test, is that due today, right? I can turn that in before 11:59.
The practice scan or the
Practice test, the one that you had put the link to, and then they're not from the book that we're
so the review.
that's due today, right? Or
Yeah.
did you already?
I put the due date in there, so
Yeah.
okay.
So I just wanted to make sure.
Good.
All right. Thank you. Have a good day.
Oh, Joel. Okay, hang out with me, Joel. I remember now. I'm glad you're here. Anybody else with questions? All right. Otherwise, go ahead and log out. I'm gonna help somebody add the class. See who's not here. Who went back to bed after logging in? Anybody? Let's see. There's Joel.
Hi. I needed the code to join the
You
class.
don't get a code. I'm going to do this for you right now. And this was kind of a test. If you didn't show up this morning for class, I was not going to let you in, but you're here.
Okay.
Did you see the rest of the information in the email I sent out? Obviously you did because you're here.
Yeah, it's because I was joining and my Wi-Fi was acting up, so that's why I joined a little bit late.
Okay. So what's going to happen is, what's nice is they roll the roster onto Canvas at 1 a.m. and 1 p.m. So if you add soon, you'll be able to access Canvas after 1 p.m. today.
Okay.
You want to get in there because there's some stuff that it's going to be a little bit late, but you're fine.
Okay.
Start working on it. So let me don't leave until I give you authority. So we don't do an add code anymore. I just give you authorization, and then you're able to add it.
Oh,
So
okay.
do that. What's your? Let me see. Hold on. In a minute, I need your student ID. Did you send that to me?
I had it right here. 08.
Oh, hold on. Sorry. Here you go. Okay, right. 08
62
62
985.
985. There you are. Electrical computer engineering. Sweet. So now you should be able to go into Web Advisor and self-service and add the course.
Okay.
So let me know if you have issues. And then if you do that right now, like I said, later today, you'll be able to get into Canvas and get going.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, and also, I don't know if you were here earlier when I was reminding everybody where my YouTube videos are.
It's in the link, right?
Yeah, and actually my YouTube username is WallerIsMe. I'll write it in the chat.
Okay.
You could watch the videos of the lectures from the last 2 days
Okay. Thank you.
to get caught up. Cool. Is anybody else here? Yvette, Taha, Aya, are you guys out there? Uh-oh. They logged in and then went back to bed. No, I think Taha's here.
No, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, teacher.
So I'm gonna end the meeting now. Is that all right? Anybody have questions?
No, thank
Thank
you.
you.
I'm
Have
gonna
a
end
good day.
now, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.
See you.
You're good, Joel? Joel, I'm gonna assume you're good. I'll see you guys tomorrow.